What's up, guys? Hey, guys. Hey. Hey. So, the question is, no, I wouldn't have sex. No. Diplomatic throwback. Good question. Good question. What Wi-Fi am I connected to? Software update, studio. Give me 1 second, guys. Let's verify you guys can hear me okay. Can you hear me okay in the chat? Can you hear me okay in the chat? Live chat. Can you hear me okay in the chat? That's the big question. Okay. Throwback. Loud and clear. Thanks, Diplomatic. So, no. I would probably play my piano. I would probably play my piano, man. If I'm really being honest, that's probably what I would do. Yeah, I'd probably do my piano. I would think that this phone may be better for that. Give me a second. So my iPad's old, so I'm going to use my newer phone, and this should do. The band on the Titanic? Yeah, I'm probably going to take music down to the end, man, probably. Because, like, you know, I could understand. The band on the Titanic? Yeah, I'm probably going to take music down to the end, man, probably. Let's see. Because, like, you know, like, I could understand. Loud and clear. Cool. All right, cool. So, yeah, for me, most likely, yeah, that's what I would do. Let me step over here a little bit so you can see the American flag and also my beautiful steak and eggs. I do eat steak and eggs and stuff, so for all the people who ask what I eat, that's pretty much what I typically eat. So like, subscribe. Let's kind of readjust this a bit. Pull this back a little bit. Maybe like kind of like right there. Alrighty. Cool. There we go. Would you play a happy or a somber tune? What a good question. I guess if I knew there was an attack and there was a nuclear attack coming and there's nothing I could do, I mean, I would try to survive. I mean, with a nuclear attack, I have one place I could get to in a matter of 12 minutes down at a rock quarry. But if I knew there was nothing left, I would play a happy tune. Because Marcus Aurelius once said, "Death smiles at us all, and all a man can do is smile back." So I guess I would just accept my fate and say, it's time for the next journey. Time for the next journey. Time for the reincarnation. Where will I go next? I have an old soul, so I'm told. Wouldn't be somber. Nah. I'm going to do whatever I can to keep a peaceful, accepting mind, if that's what it is. If I know I can't survive. Yeah. I'm going to take Marcus Aurelius on that. For sure. For sure. Or are you the young viewer who wanted to race horses and you said your father was going to sign you up for that? Is that you? Is that you? Interesting. This, for some reason, I don't know why my iPad won't keep up. Let's try it again. Let's go to YouTube on the iPad. Hi. Hello. Welcome back. What about you, Diplomat? How about you? Anything other than Cordis that you would participate in? Can you think of anything other than your genitals? Or are you just going to go out with your lymphatic system? You just going to go all lymphatic system? Keep in mind, sometimes I do get younger viewers, so keep it somewhat appropriate. If you can. Of course I'm your favorite YouTuber. Who else would you rather watch on YouTube than Mind, Music, and Muscle, guys? Who else would you rather watch? Huh? Who else? Are you guys going to be offended if I eat a steak? You guys going to be offended if I eat a steak on here? Some people ask what I eat. Well, post-workout, I'm trying to get lean, so this is what I eat. If you're curious about what I'm eating, let me know. I'll tell you what I'm eating. But this is an example of a post-workout meal for me. Yum, yum. Ah, num, num. Yum, yum. Boo! I'd contort myself into a pretzel. Devil Dog, I'm looking to start taking magnesium glycate. Do you have a favorite brand of vitamins? Yeah. Instead of taking magnesium citrate, eat whole eggs. And okay, Devil Dog. Oh, Robert, I'm confusing me with someone else. Devil Dog, can you hear me? First off, the question is, if you had 3 minutes to live because there was a nuclear attack going on, what would you do in your last 3 minutes? One of the viewers, is that dog meat? No, man. That's a sirloin steak. That's Angus ribeye steak on patties, 4 of them, and 4 pasteurized eggs with honey, salt, chili, and 3 eggs with cheese. That's my post-workout meal after I trained for about 2 hours. I did 370 pull-ups was my workout. Check out Brock. Welcome back. Welcome back, man. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We did good. Great question. And do I do the carnivore diet? Not exactly. I do believe in higher proteins and fats, but I also put honey, butter, and I use spices. I like honey, butter, spices, salt. Like I use salt, pepper, garlic, paprika, cayenne, basic seasonings, but I use salted butter, and I always use honey, and sometimes I'll use some Dale's seasoning. And boy, I take you what, I cook that steak, man, a ribeye, I soak it in butter, I marinate it, I sear it, then I smash it down with some Angus beef patties, and I take all that fat, and I take some eggs, and I crack them bad boys, and I pour it over it. And boy, I eat this, and my body goes, ah, Chris, yummy, baby, thanks for feeding us. And then I eat it, and I'm very happy. That's kind of how it works. You know what I mean? Nope. So, I do a modified carnivore. It's kind of modified. So, I'd also eat a lot of fruit. Guys, welcome back to the chat. If you're in here, like, comment, and give me a thumbs up. And then he kisses his husband. No, I am not gay, my friend. I don't know why everybody thinks I'm gay. I was raised by a woman. I'm a good communicator. I guess I just have feminine energy. I don't know. I was pretty good at contact sports. People always underestimate me for some reason. I love it. I love it when people underestimate me. I'm like, yeah, you keep thinking that. Just wait till it's showtime. You're gonna find out. You know what I mean? Anyways. Why a carnivore diet? Well, I don't think my diet is strict carnivore. I just believe that meats and fats are really good for the body, but I also eat fruit and honey, and I'll snack on some protein shakes here and there, but I really don't eat a lot of carbs, man. Most of my carbs will come from honey. I don't eat bread. I might eat rice every now and then. I'll eat pasta if it's not from America. Like I would eat pasta if it was from Peru, if I was really craving something like a lasagna. That would be a huge cheat meal for me, but I very rarely do that. I used to mix rice and beans together, but I typically only eat carbs before and after I train, like honey or blueberries or peaches or bananas or something like that. But I really don't eat a lot of breads and stuff because it causes inflammation in my body. So I eat this way because it reduces inflammation, if that makes sense. Oh, and I use minced onion powder. Butter, onion powder, salt, pepper, paprika, grass-fed butter, pasteurized eggs, steak, and Angus beef. Yeah, I don't eat a lot of veggies, man. I don't think veggies are that good for you, man. I don't believe that veggies are that good for you. If you feel good when you eat them, go ahead. But vegetables have a lot of fiber, but you don't really need fiber if you eat enough fat and meat. Your gut microbe will adjust. And when you eat all that fiber and you're pooping all the time, I don't think that's good for you. Just think about this. If you have a pipe in your house and you put a bunch of shit in it or a bunch of stuff in it and it clogs up and stuff comes out, it ruins the pipe. But that same pipe, if you give it what it needs and you clean it, it doesn't really get stopped up. So if you're going to the bathroom all the time and always eliminating, but then you start eating more meat and eggs and you don't poop as much, it's not that you're constipated, it's that your body's actually utilizing the food that you're eating and there's not much left over. So I actually think fiber is kind of on the table. But if it makes you feel good, eat it. A lot of vegetables, when I eat them, if I don't cook them properly, like tomatoes, if I don't take the skin off and I don't blanch them, it messes with my stomach. Broccoli, cauliflower, when I eat that, my body literally says, ooh, that's gross. Unless I soak it in butter. I guess if I took Brussels sprouts and soaked them in a bunch of butter and then wrapped them in bacon, I would eat them. But I just would rather eat more eggs and steak. And my workouts are usually like 200 or 300 pull-ups. I do 5 pull-ups every 30 seconds for 20, 30 minutes, maybe sometimes up to 40 minutes. So if you think about it, that's 10 pull-ups every minute. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, every 10 minutes, that's how many pull-ups? 10 times 10 is 100. So I do that. So I do a lot of calisthenics, and after I do my calisthenics, usually on an empty stomach, I have a big feast. That's what I do. Your pipe must stink? Yeah, but you know, the thing about a lot of vegetables is, and if you look at nutrition, like if you look at Dr. Anthony Chafee or Dr. Sean Baker, or you look at Cambridge University nutrition professor, a lot of vegetables have phytonutrients. And if you're not healthy, or you're overweight, or you're fat, or you can't do, like if you can't do 50 pull-ups or 100 pull-ups in a workout, to me you're out of shape. If you can't do 5 or 10 pull-ups, rest a minute, 5 or 10 pull-ups, rest a minute, then I don't really think you're in shape. Now, I'm not a bodybuilder, I'm an athlete. So I played basketball, I was a shooting guard. I played baseball, I was a pitcher, and I played football, I was a quarterback and a tight end. I played rugby, I was a flanker. So I've experimented with this diet, and you know, essentially what makes me feel good, I continue to do. And I've done food journals where I eliminated food, added food. But look, I'm not strictly carnivore because I do eat honey. I love honey. Honey is my pre-workout. So the guy earlier, I think it was Devil Dog, you were asking if you're going to buy a supplement like magnesium glycerate or whatever, glycate. No, just eat whole eggs. Eat whole eggs and beef and you'll get all your vitamins and minerals. Don't spend money on a supplement. Find better quality food. Even the father of modern medicine, Hippocrates, said, let food be thy medicine. Stop taking supplements and taking all this bullshit and putting all those chemicals in your body. Now, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't look at pornography, I don't really go out downtown and do all that bull crap that everybody does. So that's kind of what works for me, man. So that's what I do. Next question. Nah, 10 times 10 is 100, Fred. Bonjour. You think I got skinny legs? Nah, bro. Legs are the biggest muscle in my body. I'm all legs and back, dude. My legs and back are huge, man. You know, my legs are actually the body part that grows the easiest because I do sprints. I do one-legged sprints up hills. Every time you do a one-legged sprint, try to go 100 yards on one leg and look at how much force you generate. What you guys don't realize about lifting weights is about creating force. If you use plyometrics like the Russians do, I studied with some wrestlers, and when I was in the Navy, I did a lot of wrestling and Greco-Roman and freestyle. You guys don't get it. It's about being explosive and creating tension. I mean, just, if you're ever in Georgia, come down and come do a workout with me, and I'll humble you. I hope you can do 100 pull-ups for a warm-up. All right. Now, cigarettes. Do I believe in God? Yes. I do believe in God, but I do not believe in religion. I am not a religious person at all. I think that the church is for sinners, not saints. So, I think the church is for sinners, not saints. I can't, it bewilders me. You believe in China? Yeah, so I don't promote drinking, I don't promote smoking, I don't promote pornography. If you want to be the best version of yourself for 90 days, I'll tell you what to do. You probably won't do it. You probably don't have the discipline to do it, but I'll tell you if you won't. Just let me get into the chat. Let me get up to 10. Give me 20 thumbs ups and I'll tell you what I do for 90 days when I train people, and I have a 95% success rate. The 5 people that quit, the 5% that quit, are always losers. They just can't do it. It is what it is. The world's consisted of people that are winners and people that are losers. You either figure out what you want and you go for it, or you sit back and go, it's everybody else's fault. Remember what Lao Tzu, the creator of Taoism, said. The man who blames others has a long way to go. The man who blames himself is halfway there. And the man who blames no one has reached enlightenment. There's no one to blame but yourself. It's not mom's fault. It's not dad's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's your fault. There's 168 hours in a week, okay? 168. 40 hours a week? Okay, that's one full-time job. When I was coming up and I was homeless, I worked 3 jobs, 2 full-time, and I had a side business. I was working 100 hours a week. Okay, out of 168. And I still slept 8 hours a day. 8 times 5 is 40. Right? Do the math. If you can't do the math and you can't keep up, well, I can't help you with that. Learn math. Math is a good skill. All right, what we got? What you guys got? Now he lives with grandma. Yep, that's what I do. I live with grandma. Yep, that's me. Math is useless outside of school. No, it's not. False. You use math every day. You use math every day. What is this? Now, I use math every day, man. You may be too dumb to realize that you're using math, but you use math every day. You use algebra every day. Like A plus B equals C is you thinking of two things and putting them together. Geometry, trigonometry, rationality. You use math every day. And if you don't, then you're probably like, how do I say this? You probably have a low IQ. But that's okay. I have a low IQ according to test. But I've also, done a little bit of stuff in my life. This is stuff that I did traveling around the world, need more sleep. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I actually fought for the United States during a time of war and during enduring freedom. So, the things that I've concluded are based on my experience. I've lived outside the United States for about 3 years. I've done stuff, man. And I'm a mentor to a lot of people. I've mentored hundreds of people. So I had a 15-year-old mother. I used to be 300 pounds. I lost close to 100 pounds, right? So not that I don't want to be a huge bodybuilder. As a matter of fact, I was reading an article that last year 55 bodybuilders died between the ages of 35 and 55. Now, if you're someone who wants to do anabolic steroids or peptides or SARMs or TRT, and you think that's the key, you're lying to yourself. Do this for 90 days, okay? If you do what I tell you for 90 days, I promise you this will change your life, okay? Falling GTO. Got them hands, though. Well, I'll tell you right now, for all you young men and everybody who's in there, if you can't do this for 90 days, then you're addicted to porn. If you can't not masturbate for 90 days, if you can't not drink for 90 days, if you can't not smoke for 90 days, well, let me tell you something, man. You have no self-discipline. If you have no self-discipline, if you can't control the inside of your body, you can't do nothing outside. You can't control nothing outside your body. Simple as that, man. You can think all you want. You can say this, you can say that, but at the end of the day, if you can't control your own urges, if you can't control not putting sugar in your mouth, if you can't control what you look at, and you're always trying to look at someone naked or a girl walks by and you have to look, if you can't control yourself, you got a long way to go. Wait till you can practice that discipline every day. Every single day you have to practice self-discipline. Self-discipline is the key to get anywhere that you want to go in life, because nobody else can do it but you. So many people fail because they have no discipline. Then they go for a drink. Oh, that drink will make me feel better. That bottle of poison that kills my brain cells will make me feel better. Everybody else is doing it, even though everybody else is lame and always laughing, or everybody's always doing all this bullshit around me. And then let's go smoke some weed. Let's go get high. Ha ha ha. You're just avoiding your own internal things that you're supposed to work on. Get sunlight. Cut all that shit out. Do it for 90 days and watch what happens. Sure, that's one example. Okay, you have Snoop Dogg. Cool. There's one example. I would consider that an outlier, and I wouldn't call Snoop Dogg successful. I mean, if you want that lifestyle, that's fine. But in my opinion, I don't promote rap music. I think it's bad for the brain. I think that if you want to take that type of lifestyle, you're going to be very weak on the inside. You're going to have no spirit. You want to enlighten yourself, and I have nothing against Snoop Dogg. You guys do whatever you want. But if you want to enlighten yourself, you want to get closer to the source, you want to be one with the world, you got to cut all that stuff out, man. You need to go outside, away from technology, and go into nature. Just like the Native Americans used to teach us. We have come so far away from how we are supposed to live. And, you know, it just is crazy to me. It's absolutely crazy. Let's see. Shout out to Decker, 24999. Shout out, man. You know what's going to make you happy in life? It's not excess money. It's being at peace with your own self. You got to be at peace with yourself, man. If you can't be at peace with yourself, you have to find internal peace, guys. Find internal peace, man. Peace from within. My survival plan in any situation, always be ready. Always be ready. Do I have a low IQ? I've been told I was stupid my whole life. See, I don't really care if people think I'm dumb, because most of the time, people don't really make sense to me. I'm a rational mind, and if something doesn't make sense, I try to learn. My hairline? Well, can't do nothing about my hairline. I'm an entrepreneur, PDOs. I do lots of stuff. I do sales. I work on websites to help build websites for business owners. I trade stocks. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a licensed insurance agent. I do a bunch of little stuff. I got certificates and qualifications that people pay me money for services. My next thing is to try to get monetized on YouTube. Oh, am I smacking too loud? My bad. You gotta forgive me, this is my big feast. I did a 300, it was 320 pull-ups, I think. I do 5 pull-ups every 30 seconds, right? For a minute. Or I do 5 pull-ups every 30 seconds for 30 minutes. So within 30 seconds, you do 5 pull-ups. Another 30 seconds, that's 5 pull-ups. So that's 10 pull-ups in a minute. And if you do 10 times 10, that's 100. So every 10 minutes you go, you do another 100 pull-ups. So you can do it. I've gone up to 70, 80 minutes before. 6, 7, 800 pull-ups. That's my whole workout. I do it on an empty stomach, and then I eat a bunch of this. I really don't lift weights much, man. I do push-ups and pull-ups. I have a nutritionist certification through ISSA, so I'm qualified and I'm seen as a sports nutrition coach through ISSA, which is the Strength Association. I had to pass an exam that was 300 questions with 85%, and I didn't use ChatGPT to answer it. I actually used my brain. I've been studying nutrition since I was 17. This morning I did a stream. Brock, you're in the chat, right? Jacob Brock, how many people came into the stream this morning? What, like 6,000? 6,000 this morning, Brock? You remember? Sorry I'm smacking, guys. I'm really enjoying this meal. Oh yeah, I had like 500 likes. We had like 500 likes, 6,000 total views, and that was this morning. So, yeah, I'm trying to get monetized on YouTube. The last video I put out, the short with the chicken and the mouse, You should watch that. We got 20,000 views. It was pretty insane. Mm-hmm. Am I homeless? Yeah, I'm homeless, man. Yeah, I'm homeless. Will you send me some money, man? It's really rough out here, man. I'm homeless. No, I was never monetized with the old channel. No. I was never monetized. If I got monetized, I don't think I would lose it. No, I am close to 1,900 of watch hours, and I need 3,000. So I need like 1,100 more hours in order to get monetized within 365 days. So if you guys can, if you enjoy this, let me know. Now, sometimes I play music, sometimes I trade stocks, but I basically come in here to kind of talk to you guys and try to actually give you some advice. I like to find the younger generation, the young men and the young women who want to find a mentor. They want to learn how to do business, what it takes, because I've been a top sales rep at three companies. I used to work in San Diego before I moved out to the East Coast. I've had a lot of success, and what I try to do is I try to share the things I learn with people who want to learn. So if you're a troll, you can keep trolling me. Excuse me, I appreciate you. But if you actually are in here and you're like, man, this is a chance to talk to someone who was in the service for 10 years. I won like a lot of medals for the United States. I collected stuff. I've had a lot of experience. I lived outside the country for 3 years. This is your chance to actually pick my brain and actually learn something. You might be surprised what you learn on this channel if you ask the right questions. Why don't I get a job? I work a lot, man. I work for myself. Like, there's one thing. Is it over here? Is it this one? Like, I'm a licensed insurance agent. I'm a personal trainer. I sell stuff online. I do Amazon. I'm a personal trainer. I coach people at the gym. I volunteer. I do all sorts of stuff. Hell, sometimes I even do commercial cleaning when there's big cleaning projects and make like, I don't know, $600 in a day. You know, for like 6-7 hours of work, like $100 an hour. You know, not bad, right? I need a salad, nah. You're very welcome. Do I know how to do government contracts? Yes. But I don't teach that on my channel. That costs money for me to teach you. That's a valuable skill. You want to learn? I'll teach you, but I ain't going to do it for free because I know the value of government contracts. I'll teach you. I'll teach you how to do every step. Hello. Yes, Flames, 90% of what I say is bullshit. Yep. That's why my channel keeps growing. Stop living off the government. I don't know. I served my country for 10 years. I don't really live off the government. Instead, I actually do this crazy thing where I get skill sets. Like I'm a licensed insurance agent. I'm a personal trainer. If you have a business and you want a website, not from Wix, not like a free site that doesn't do anything for you, but you actually want a software developer to build it, we build that. Over here, what you can't see, is an entire office where I have 2 monitors, 2 standing desks. Come by other streams, you'll see it sometime. I'm just eating dinner and going live right now. Decker, you're very welcome. Decker, you're very welcome. I appreciate the service, brother. Elon Musk at the space station, no, but I have owned Tesla stock since it skyrocketed. I got into Dogecoin when I was younger. I've always invested my money. For you guys who are not understanding, one of the things that I've always done is I've always talked about, look at my channel on the very first video I did 12 years ago. It was how to trade stocks in the stock market. 12 years ago, I was teaching you guys on this channel. Go look at my channel. Go to my like videos and you'll see me trading stocks. I was with TES. I was a professional trader, and I did that while I was in the Navy. So while I was in the Navy, I was trading stocks, and I realized, oh, I don't have to finish a Navy career and get a pension. I can learn how to take money, buy things, invest in assets, invest in equities. I can do a dividend portfolio. I can do swing trading, day trading, long-term investing, capital gains. Obviously I know these words, right? I'm only doing this so I can actually see, I'm only looking at this so I actually see your chats, man. I don't even use ChatGPT. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I never really got monetized. I did my first video 12 years ago. I've rebranded a lot. You see, I only had 500 subscribers from videos, and I almost gave up on YouTube. I stopped for about a year, but what I did was I started streaming recently. And when I started streaming, I just said, screw it. I'm going to quit YouTube, but no, I'm going to stream first. And once I started streaming and interacting with you guys, I got close to 4,000 subs now. And I'm on the way to get monetized. So I guess I should have been streaming from the very beginning. Because I'm not a great editor, I try to put raw content. So if anything, I think I'm leaning more towards streaming and podcasting. But yeah, so, that's why when people say, oh, I have a YouTube channel, it's been 6 months and I haven't got monetized. I'm like, well, I've been doing videos for 12 years, and trust me, there's people on YouTube that have contacted me and we've done business, so I've made money off of it, but not officially through YouTube. Yeah, the view count is glitched. If you could have any superpower in the world, what would it be and why? Mine's teleportation, so I could time travel. If I could have any superpower, man, I just want to fly. I would just want to fly. I just want to be like, oh, I want to go over there. Then I could not have a car. I wouldn't have to fly on airplanes. I would just want the ability to fly, because I'd be flying everywhere. I'd be flying to China. I'd be flying to Russia. I'd be flying to Japan. The first place I'd probably go to is Yokosuka in Okinawa, Japan, because I have lots of friends over there. And I'd be like, yo, guys, guess what? I can fly, man. So then what I would do is I'd get real strong, and I'd take my friends, and I charge people for a flying piggyback ride. See, that's why I'm an entrepreneur. If I had the ability to fly, I'd be like, hey, for $50, I'll fly you over there. What? You can do that? So I'd make an entire business off that. Then I'd take my DNA and I'd clone it, and I'd make little clones of myself, and I would mass produce that, and I would probably take over the world if I could. That's what I would do. So the first thing that pops up to me is if I could fly. I'm like, that's exactly what I would do. Hell yeah, and I could even fly to go to the grocery store to get a steak, man. And you know what else I'd do? I'd probably be a delivery man. I'd fly to Amazon, say, Jeff Bezos, I can fly. I want to be your top delivery guy, and I want to go to the places that you can't go, and let me be your top delivery guy. Give me $1,000 per delivery, wherever it is in the world. Unless it's $1,000 a delivery for every 100 miles. So every 100 miles I go, it's going to cost you an extra 1,000. But I know you're good for it, Bezos. And what's cool is that's a 401c deduction on your taxes. So you paying me will actually offset that cost for you, Mr. Bezos. I'm your man. That would be my pitch. But I'm just an idiot. I guess it's homeless living in a shed. Is what you guys think. All right. Now, Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a pile of water. They came to a stream, they were kind of mean, but then they got the water. Jack and Jill went up the hill to get a bucket of water. Supreme Hillbilly? Yeah. I'm not really much of a hillbilly, man. I don't think so. I think I'm just a person who doesn't conform to rules very well. I've never really been one to conform. When I was in the Navy, like I pretended to conform. I believed in the mission because the United States, I love my country, obviously, I'm a patriot. But I don't really conform. I didn't conform at church. I didn't conform on sports teams. I'm a good team player, but I've always been an independent thinker. I'm just someone that when someone says do this, I'm kind of like, why? And if they're like, you got to do this, I'm like, why? And then if they get mean to me, we end up in a fight. And yeah. So I don't know. I just don't conform very well. Happy birthday, dear Momo. Happy Krusty Krab. Pizza is the pizza for you and me. Happy birthday. Yeah, Matthew, that's important. Matthew, I've always been an independent thinker, man. Supposedly they say I'm ADHD and I'm on the spectrum. I don't think I'm really on the spectrum. I think I just critically think, and when people say things, I come up with reasons by why. I'm very good instantly when someone tells me something. Within like 2 seconds, my brain goes so fast, I can be like, I don't know if I agree with that. But I'm a really good teammate. If I respect you and you respect me and we can trust each other, you're going to love me as your friend because I'm going to tell you when you're bullshitting. I'm going to tell you when you're on fire. And when you're on fire, I'm going to feed you. Just like when I was playing sports. I played a lot of basketball. When you shooting and you a hot hand, I'm going to keep feeding you. Keep shooting that rock, man. You done hit 2 in a row? Hell no, I ain't shooting. It's back to you. You get what I'm saying? How would you invest $1 million for fast cash? No, I don't do drugs, man. So carpe buy it. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't look at porn. I don't do that shit. That's why I have energy. Every time you do one of those things, it's like your energy and your vibration is up to here. Okay? When you drink, it goes down. When you smoke, it goes down. When you look at pornography, it goes down. If you want to get a higher vibration, you have to eliminate processed sugar, eliminate beer, eliminate all the bullshit, and what you have to do is you have to have self-discipline. When you have self-discipline, you will have the energy like I do. That's the key. Stop wasting your energy and spend more time with your energy coming on my streams and learning how to be self-disciplined. Get what I'm saying? How would you invest? Oh yeah, people have been telling me I'm on the spectrum all the time. I can't help it that other people's brains aren't like mine. They don't keep up with me. Well, or I'm just retarded and don't realize it and delusional. And if that's okay, it's okay. Maybe I live in my own little world, but that's okay because everybody knows me there. That's what Roger Rabbit said. Okay, I don't get what you're saying. Can you repeat all that again? Just saying happy birthday. You just saying happy birthday, SpongeBob. Hey, your is spelled Y-O-U-R-E with an apostrophe. So you are, not your. I might be on the spectrum, but at least I know how to spell and do grammar. Booyah! Roasted. Anyways, that was a joke. The buddy would sing SpongeBob stuff all the time. Oh, that's all right. But I'm definitely on the spectrum, but it is you are. How would you, Uncle Charlie? So Uncle Charlie, like Charlie Munger. Uncle Charlie, I'm talking to you. Do you know who Charlie Munger is? Don't do a Google search. Don't go to Grok. Don't go to ChatGPT or OpenAI. Use your brain. Don't be like, I'll go Google it. No, in your brain. Stop using Google for everything. You have a computer inside your head that's 10 times stronger than any quantum computer that can be in existence. You just don't know how to utilize it because you haven't reached a higher vibration, which is why you're looking at me in the stream, which is why I'm trying to teach you. As a matter of fact, I have the keys right here. Let me go grab them. Let me show you the keys. Let me show you the keys. Right here. There you go. I have them right here. Here's the keys. You see them? Oh, what a glorious dinner. What a glorious steak and eggs. Oh my gosh. See this? I have the keys right here. Put my plate down. Here are the keys. I have them right here. I am telling you how to take the keys, open up your mind, and I'm literally telling you what it takes to get to a higher vibration. In order to get to a higher vibration, you have to practice self-discipline. The lymphatic system is telling you, hey, go drink that alcohol. Hey, don't you want to rub one out? Go masturbate. Go look at porn. That's your lymphatic system. You have to be in control of your entire system. It's not easy. I'm not saying you're going to do it tomorrow. But what you have to do is you have to take the things that are pulling you away. Everything that you do costs energy. If you're looking at women, if you're looking at men, if you're lustful, all these things are pulling from your vibration. And if you want to get a higher vibration, you have to practice self-discipline. That's the whole point of these streams. I unlocked it. It took me a long time. It took me a long time to figure this out, my friends, and I'm sharing it with you. How would I, Charlie, let me see. How do you turn on the vibration? Self-discipline. Charlie, are you still in the chat? I'm going to answer your question. If I had $1 million, what would I do to flip fast cash? I'll tell you exactly what I do, but give me, let me know you're still in the chat. Are you still in here, Charlie? No, you drinking alcohol is your body telling you that when you have an urge to do something like that, you are this close to getting to the next stage of life. You're this close. But if you give in to temptation and you give in to discipline, you're one step away. And then boom, you have to reset. I'm telling you, I have a 90-day challenge for you. I'll tell you how it works. Dylan, are you really an alcoholic? If you are, it's okay. The question is, are you happy as an alcoholic, Dylan? I was waiting for Charlie. I like this question, but he didn't answer me. So, what is this? Learning a new instrument? Oh, there we go. Go in here. Struggles of life. Define a man. Define a man? I think it's based on your chromosome. I think you look at your chromosomes. You have X and you have Y, essentially. And based on your chromosomes, I think that determines whether you're a guy or a girl. You could also do the obvious. If someone has tatas and meow meow, I'm trying to be polite because YouTube doesn't like those words, guys. I know you're going to think I'm silly. But if one guy has a penis and another person has a vagina, I'm going to conclude that one of them is a female and one of them is a male. Now, gender manipulation and hormones, yeah, they can change a lot of the people, but when you start adding those chemicals, it doesn't really affect the chromosome. So, because the chromosomes don't change, that's kind of how I see it. It seems very common sense to me. Now, I don't understand why people get riled up on that, but it seems pretty obvious what a man and what a woman is. Seems very obvious. I don't know why people are so confused. Show test. HHH. Thank you. I appreciate you, mother. I've been watching your stream for a few minutes. I just want to say thank you. It finally gave me the courage to come out as gay and trans. I have a wife and 3 kids, and now I'm going to leave. Okay, well, Lil, that's fine. Look, you do you, man. I think you are confused. You are uneducated person. Yep, that's me, uneducated. Hello. View message. I'm gay, but I would date a trans guy. I'm attracted to male secondary say traits as much genitalia, but I only like male presentation. You're a failure. I may be a failure. Cool. At least I know how to spell your. It's Y-O-U-R-E, my friend. If you're going to hate on me, at least learn how to do grammar. Because if you give me an insult, but your grammar is wrong, I'm going to kind of think you're unintelligent, and I'm just going to laugh. Now, if you said you are, I might say, maybe they got a point. But could you give me a reason why I am unintelligent? Because if you're just going to say you're gay, but you don't have a reason why, then yeah, I can't really give anything off that feedback. So you need to give me your reasons why. You can make fun of me all you want. Just be respectful to the other viewers. You can make fun of me, say whatever you want. Just keep it somewhat respectful, not too explicit, because I do get some younger viewers that come in. And I'm fair game for a roast. Go ahead. Teacher? Yes, thank you. I'm glad you think I'm a beautiful trans woman. Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you. I do my best to be the most beautiful trans woman on YouTube. I do my best. Thank you. Jesus is king. Maybe. Big Terry, preach. There you go. Yeah, so for me, I don't conform to any religion. I think Jesus was a real person, a cool philosopher. I like the Bible some. Like, I like the Psalms. You know, you got Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Leviticus, Exodus, and so on forth, and all this stuff. But to me, I think all religion is just different forms of people and cultures coming together in unison, which people tend to do in tribes, just like sports teams. Like, I'm a cowboy, you're an eagle. People come together in tribes in all assets of life. In metaphysics, that's what Socrates and Aristotle talked about. It seems very obvious that all religions are just trying to explain the same thing, which is the omnipotent glory of something that we feel larger than ourselves that we're all connected to. That's what I think. Some of theirs haters need their brains checked. There you go. The purple towel has horrors to tell. Yeah, I just ate a big old steak. I ate a 10-ounce sirloin, 4 Angus patties, 4 pasteurized eggs, all covered with honey and cheese. And that was my post-workout because I'm trying to get leaner this year, which has been fun. After I did my 320 pull-ups in my workout. Now, don't worship me, man. You don't want to worship me. You don't want to worship anything other than the source. Now, if you find that you enjoy my channel, I appreciate that. But nah, you don't need to worship me, man. I'm not trying to lead a cult or anything. I just want you to think for yourself. And what I want you to do, Cart, is become the best version of yourself. I want you to take everything in your life that is a distraction from what you really want to do, and I want to encourage you to put your effort into that. Use my 90-day plan. Everybody, my 90-day plan. The purple towel had semen on it. Nope. Absolutely not. Let's keep it somewhat appropriate. Sometimes I get young viewers in here. Please keep it somewhat respectful. Keep in mind, I have a little thing here. If you are not appropriate, then I don't just ban you, I report your profile to YouTube under the category of sexual explicit, which if you read the terms of YouTube, actually means they can go into your IP address and they can actually sue you if you keep doing that. So just something to consider. You may have a VPN, you may have a reverse IP address, but if you keep making accounts and you're not moving around, they're going to find you and they're going to ban you. So I have a list of 100 people that I've reported, and YouTube actually said thank you to me. So I'll give you 3 warnings, and if you don't, you're reported. That's warning 1. Right. I hate the Stranger Things final. I don't watch Stranger Things. I don't really watch much TV. So people ask me, where do I find the time to do my streams? Well, I don't watch TV. I don't watch Netflix. Basically, the time that you spend watching TV and movies, that's the time that I spend on stream. And when I'm not doing this, I'm either composing music, trading stocks, selling insurance, training people, feeding my chickens, taking care of the land, working out at the gym, encouraging people. And then I was like, okay, I need a break. I'll cook some dinner, I'll eat some food, and I'll come on a stream. See, I don't really watch a lot of TV. I don't know, maybe I should. But I actually enjoy meeting people around the world in my stream, and I have a goal to get monetized through my streams. And my equity curve in YouTube is doing this. Every time I stream, it goes. So, if you're enjoying the content, thank you. Now, for everybody who has been into the chat, I appreciate every one of you that come in, even the haters. Every time you give me a comment, it's great for my algorithm, so thank you for that. Let's see. Almost at 20 thumbs ups. Almost at 20. We had a couple hundred this morning. That was cool. This mofo is so full of himself. No, I'm not. Hi, Jesse. How are you? Oh, yeah. You're the one that think I look like Jesse from Breaking Bad. Welcome back, man. Bombo, I'm trying to remember you. Welcome to the chat. Jordan, this guy makes up an entire fairy tale every stream. Yep, that's me, just making up stuff. Yet my channel keeps growing. That's me. Yeah, you like your channel because you actually seem to have a brain and don't just blindly believe shit. Correct. Raw Kink Edit. God, you have such an interesting name. Anyways, I'll just call you Rawk. So, Rawk, yeah, I actually critically think. Yeah, I actually do critically think, believe it or not. I appreciate the ability to critically think because critically thinking is one of the only things that separates us from other animals on the earth. Critically thinking is where it's at. Did I write the Bible? No, I did not. I did not write the Bible. But I do not take the Bible for much. I'll tell you an interesting fact about the Bible. The people that wrote it were the ones that called themselves the chosen people. Now you tell me this. If somebody was going to write a book and they wrote the book and they said, my race of people, okay, we are the chosen people. So we wrote this book and they distributed it. Would you think they were the God's chosen people? It makes no sense. You see, if you study history after World War II, you know the Jewish community, basically Israel gave the United States a loan after World War II and we're still paying back interest, and the United States is actually owned by Israel. I bet you didn't know that. No, I actually just read history. I have books. Go Google it, man. You'll see. You will see. Go down a rabbit hole and actually read history, man. Why does the United States president sometimes wear the yarmulke? And why when is he sworn in, why does he kiss the stone? It's pretty obvious, my friends. If you can't see it, then you haven't done your research. Anyone who's done any bit of research knows what family was responsible for 9/11. That's going to trigger something on YouTube. Who bought insurance policies 3 weeks before 2 weeks before the collapse of the towers and bailed out on insurance? And where did all that money go? It's so obvious if you have a brain. But most people, they don't research. They don't critically think. They just go to Google. They don't use independent servers. They don't know how to do that. Yeah, you can read the Dead Sea Scrolls. You can read the Dead Sea Scrolls. I mean, good luck finding an actual translation. But if you look at Bible-y scholars that actually put it out on their resources pages, you can get copies. They don't match the Old Testament and the New Testament, whichever, I forget which one it is. But they don't match exactly. I know Wesley Hunt is an individual who says they do. No, they have over 3,000 discrepancies. I know there was a big Joe Rogan podcast, but a lot of that stuff is misinformation. Do I know everything? No. I don't pretend to know anything. These are just the things that I have studied. There's lots of things I don't know, my friend. It's just these are the things I put some time into. I can't help it if you spend, what do you spend doing your time? I can't help it if you don't spend your time researching and trying to learn. I can't help that. So if anything, I'm just trying to give you things to go learn about and come to your own conclusion. Go research the things, and don't just do a Google search or go in the chat. Actually go deep into the search if you want to find the answers. And if not, that's fine too. What religion would a critical thinker choose? A critical thinker would choose no religion. A critical thinker would realize that all religion is made by man and none is better than the other. Some forms of religion are violent, some are less violent. But I think the person who's made the most sense to me in my research is Lao Tzu. And he was the creator of Taoism. And essentially it's about balance and harmony. See, many people in the chat here have never left the United States. A lot of them have never even left the state that they live in. Now, I've gone to 22 countries, and I lived in Japan for 3 years, and I can tell you firsthand, the Japanese people were very interesting. And when I went into the temples and I talked to the elders, what I discovered, at least what I discovered, was that harmony is very important. Yin and yang make a lot of sense. Without lightness, without light, you would never really appreciate darkness or know what darkness was for that. And without darkness, you wouldn't really appreciate light. So essentially, instead of good versus evil, light versus darkness, I believe it's more in harmony. I think it's two opposing forces. Yeah, Japanese Project Z10. Project Z10. Is that you, Z10? Is that you, Zarita? I'm forgetting. Is that you, Zarita? Zarita, is that you? Z10. Project Z10. That's not Zarita, is it? It's Joseph. Joseph. Why do I am thinking about that name? Anyways, my fault. I had a friend on here, Zarita, who I used to work with. I was hoping he'd come in and stream sometime. Joseph HQ. Okay. Islam. Yeah, I gotta say, typically Muslim and Islamic, I still can't really tell the difference. One's a religion, one's a race of people. It's definitely more extreme. If you don't know what the Talmud is, like the Talmud is, what is this, Japanese is signs posted in some locals saying no foreigners, probably because, oh no, the Japanese people love me, man. Even though I have tattoos. You see, for example, when I went into the springs, because you have to go into the springs, you're not allowed to expose tattoos. Now, some Americans will be like, I'm not going to go. I wore long sleeves and covered my tats. Oh, no, the Japanese people love me, dude. I love the Japanese people. They were fun, man. They were so nice, so respectful. Nobody was really loud. Everybody was in commonality together. Hey, C2, welcome back. Hey, C2, welcome back to the channel. Joseph, Dylan. Yeah, I gotta say, of most of the religions, Islam kind of messes it up. So, I mean, but then again, you know, I'm not saying I'm for Islam, because I'm not for any religion really particularly. I mean, I did grow up in the church, and I guess you could call me a cultural Christian, but what's the difference between a Christian going to a Muslim country trying to promote Christianity, whether it's violent or not, let's just take that out, Any religion, any tribe going into another tribe, it just creates fighting. And I just think that's the dumbest thing to fight about. I think it's so stupid. I can't understand why people look at their religion and say mine's better than yours, so let's start fighting. It's like when people say my sports team better than yours, let's start fighting. People are aggressive and angry for all these reasons, and it's just, why not just be at peace and harmony? Why not just get it to a higher vibration? It just makes no sense to me. I've never understood that. It's never made sense. I can't make sense of it, no matter how hard I try. Yeah, I'm actually really big, Dylan. I'm really for separation of church and state. Yeah, that was the brilliance of the Constitution, is that yes, we may have influences from Israel and the Jewish nation as Christianity, but separation of church and state is extremely important. You do not want the church and the government and the state to be in the same thing, because then you can control people. Hell, so many people are now already controlled with religion and can't think. It's kind of like you get someone to convert to a religion and you say, okay, have you thought that what if this is like, no, it's true. Like anything that takes your mind and makes your mind think this is true and no other information presented can change your mind, that is a weapon. That's a form of brainwashing. That's what cults do. Now, I'm not saying the church is a cult, but a church is pretty much the same thing as a cult, but with good manners. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. I do believe there's a creator, but how can God be so magnificent that you can put God into a single box of religion? This is God up here, and this is all the religions on earth. They're all trying to describe the same thing. Is it not obvious? Like, am I retarded? I just don't see it how it's any other way. Throughout the globe, every group of people comes to their own conclusion. Whatever you believe, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Whatever makes you happy. But if you sit back and think, which most people, it's apparent to me, most people can't sit back and think. Most people don't reflect on things. Especially when you learn something new that challenges your current belief, it's painful to learn. And a lot of people can't do it. It's just they can't. I don't know why. Yo, I just joined. Can you explain to me what you're talking about? Cable Norris, yes I can. Your Wi-Fi connection has improved a lot. They got it working? Yes, yes, yes. Remember Satan had built-in pipes, the original musician. Anything our government touches ruins it. Yeah, don't trust the government with a lot of things, that's for sure. As a patriot, I can confess to that. I found out I was God when I was praying and was just talking to myself. Well, some people believe they are God. You are the God in your own universe. You are a lot more powerful than you figure, believe it or not. I just found out I was God. What is this? Yo, I just joined. Caleb Norris. Yeah, so this is Mind, Music, and Muscle. I talk about philosophy. I don't like getting into religious debates, but it seems like no matter what I do, people always ask me if I'm a Christian. Like, why is it so hard to believe that I can be a good, moral, ethical person and not think that the Bible is literally true? That doesn't mean I don't think the Bible has stuff to teach. Every piece of literature. I think Jesus was a real person. It's pretty obvious that Jesus made a big significance because we're still talking about him to this day. But that doesn't convince me that he's anything different. I also don't believe that there's a single race of people. Why is the Jewish people considered, how do you say, why are the Jewish people God's chosen people? Because they wrote it in a book? If I wanted to convince people that my people were God's chosen people and I wrote a book, that's really damn convenient that the people that wrote it are God's chosen people. That's very convenient, right? It's just so obvious, man. Anyways, my bad. Anyone can be cleansed without the need of religion. Uh, anyone can be feel cleansed without the need of him. Yeah, I think so. The church is for sinners, not saints. Love you all. Anyways, I believe in religion and all religion from one God. Yeah, I think it's all. Am I talking about the Jews? Well, I'm just saying what I think. What I think is this. If you are God's chosen people, okay? Project Z10. Anyone can feel, yeah, autocorrect will suck. Yeah. No, I have nothing against any race of people, but it's very convenient that the people that wrote the book are God's chosen people. That makes no sense to me. Nobody is God's chosen people. Instead, what I like to view is everybody in the world is all connected to a single source and a single power. It's very obvious to me that that is true. I do not understand how other people can't put the pieces together. There's human beings that get inspired by something divine. They write it in a book. That's what people do. There's been lots of people in all over the world, all different regions, the Dalai Lama, Muhammad, Jesus, Shiva, Buddha. There's been Buddhas. It's just people that become enlightened. Some people think I'm enlightened. I have no idea. I don't give it two thoughts. I'm just someone who thinks without conforming and comes to logical conclusions based on what I see. Right? For what that's worth. Why are you white? I am the chosen one. Don't know what that means. My autocorrect sub, we are all God's chosen. Yeah, Annabella, exactly. So Annabella, that's what I believe. I believe everybody is chosen by God. I believe we're all sons and daughters of, some people will call it Jesus and God. And look, if that's what you want to call it, that's fine. If believing in Jesus and calling the power of that is what makes you happy, boy, I'm all for it. But for me, when I was traveling around the world, I noticed each culture has their own interpretation of God. It's like music. Some people play God with a guitar. Some people talk about God as a drum. Some people talk about God as a death metal vocalist. Blah. Some people talk about God as a piano. Every musical instrument is still playing music. Although it's different types of music, different rhythms, it's all music. And I like music because music is the closest thing I feel to God. I don't feel close to God in a church. I feel like when I'm in a church, it's a bunch of heathens who are just there because they feel bad and they got to tell God what they do. I'm not doing anything bad. I don't look at porn. I don't look at women fornicate. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I have no need to be around people who are getting together. Now, that doesn't mean all churches are that way. If somebody needs community and they want to go to a church because they have a social group, that's fine, but I don't need that social group. I would rather create content and explore the world and then share what I learn, for what that's worth. What are you talking about? Anna, what is it? I am not talking to you, Project. I understand what you're saying, but I would call myself chosen and alive. Chosen and unalive. 20,000 innocent children in less than 2 years. I pay you $10,000. Can you marry me for citizenship? No. I wouldn't marry someone. I've already been divorced one time. I wouldn't marry anybody for the sake of money. Absolutely not. You could offer me $1 trillion. I wouldn't marry you for that because money isn't what makes me happy. What makes me happy is knowledge and learning. So no, I wouldn't do that. Sorry, man. That's okay. Trust me, if you have that much money, you'll find someone who will give you citizenship. Easy. America first? Well, I serve my country, so I tend to want America to be first because I love my country, but I don't agree with everything my country does. So, America first. I'm not talking to you. View message. I will marry you. I will marry you. What is this? For $5K if you are a toy. No. I wouldn't marry anybody just for money. That's a path straight to hell, as if you people wouldn't know. Don't do things for money. Don't do it. Don't just do things for money. Your dad taught you to, yeah, I mean, listen, if there's a fight to the death, I'm going to defend my country because I love my country for what it's worth. And I've already proven it because that's a flag that I flew in Afghanistan. Now, here's where it gets complicated. I am a humanitarian at heart. I believe in all people, and I know the United States does things that are bad, but the United States also does things that are good. Like, you can look at Venezuela. Capturing the leader of Venezuela, removing a dictator, but also seizing oil reserves. You know, I mean, you guys know in the chat, you know why we went into Venezuela, right? I know, I'm not going to say it yet, but why did we capture Venezuela? What was it for? What was the main reason? What was the main reason we went into Afghanistan? What is the reason? It starts with 3 letters. What is it? Yeah, we can say kidnapping, yeah. But why did we go into that? Oil and Israel. Exactly. Anna, exactly. Same reason I was in Afghanistan when I fought for the country, because I was in Operation Enduring Freedom when I served. It's all about oil. It's all about oil. Everything runs on oil. We don't have a substitute energy. It's not wind, it's not solar, it's oil. It takes oil to make the things that run solar panels. Everything, windmills, everything requires oil. We don't have. Now, nuclear energy is probably the way to go. We probably need to dig a huge hole underground to contain a nuclear energy vessel and surround it with metal that if it explodes, it self-contains itself when an emergency has. If I was going to engineer it, that's what I would build. I would dig a giant hole underneath the earth to where you surround it. Annabelle! Okay, so there you go. You nailed it. Thanks for the thumbs ups, guys, everybody in the chat. Well, Tanaka, that's a great point. I think about that all the time, and I'm not happy for it. At the time, I was more, I wouldn't say brainwashed because I've always been an independent thinker, but I was convinced I was in Afghan and Iraq to protect the people. And yes, we did train the ALP, the Afghan local police. We did fight the Taliban a little bit, but it became apparent to me that it was oil. So it's weird. I love my country because I've been programmed to do so, but I'm an independent thinker that realizes it seems like it's all about oil. So I have cognitive dissonance in that situation. That's a tough one, man. So it's a great point. It's a good point, man. That's a tough one, though, dude. I don't have all the answers to everything. That's a tough one. I struggle with that every day I live. It's like, what did I fight for? What team was I on? Was it worth it? Was I really supporting the Constitution? Were we really helping, or were we just killing men and women in between wars to seize oil? Because I saw innocent lives die to seize oil, and that's what I hate about war. War is disgusting. Men die, women die, children die, goats die, and it's very sad. And that's a tough one, man. I struggle with that. I wish I had the answer, man. I wish I did. Annabelle, I like you. Annabelle, I like you. Yeah, there's no reason for the United States to try to put democracy in the Middle East. The Middle East is messed up, man. But then again, you don't want the Middle East to get access to a nuclear weapon, because if the Middle East has access to a nuclear warhead, you damn right they're going to bomb the United States. That's the first thing they would do because they hate our nation. So it's kind of complicated, man. It's like you want to believe in people, but not all people are on the same page, man. So it's tough. It's cultures, it's battle, it's war, it's survival. That's life. I hate it. I don't want to believe it. But if you're going to participate, that's how the world works, man. That's why you kind of got to slightly be a savage. You got to be able to turn it on as a savage when you need to, man. You got to. Edgar, I can't remember. I don't know, Edgar. I can't remember. Were you doing anything? Were you doing anything trolly? If you put out, I don't think so, Edgar. But if you put out anything that was sexually explicit or you were mean to one of my viewers that are in here talking to me, yeah, I report you. But I don't know if you did that. I report a lot of people. If someone comes in here and I have a 16-year-old female who's talking to me, the other day I had a 16-year-old in the chat. I tell these videos not for kids, but yet there's a 16-year-old young girl in the chat. And she says, I want to join the Navy. And I'm like, well, you know what? I served in the Navy for 10 years. So I was talking to her, trying to show her how to take an ASVAB, how to prepare herself. Is she in shape? Because I was an ACFL in the Navy. My job was to get people in shape. And she was out of shape, and I was giving her, and someone was just saying, you fat, blah, 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 you'll never make it. And it was just so disgusting. If somebody does something like that, you damn right I'm going to report them. Because if there's a young male or a young female who want to make themselves better and they're stuck in a hole, I always tell them to go join the military. That's what I did. I was homeless before I joined the Navy, right? So I can tell you firsthand, it's not necessarily the choice for everybody, but it's a choice that. So if you do something like that, you're damn right I'm going to report you on my channel. I don't just ban you. I report you. I take notes. I take screenshots, and I send a Google and an email. And my sole goal is to make you never be able to come on YouTube again. Because if you're the scum of the earth that will ever, if you are the type of person that when somebody's trying to do something, you cannot say anything but something that discourages them. Now, you can be truthful, you can be hard, you can have tough love, but anytime somebody's trying to make themselves better, that's somebody that you should respect. It is so easy to hate and so hard to love in this world. That's my stance on that. Unhoused. I agree, this guy is so close to waking up. What you mean, waking up? Yes, there was. Isla Vanilla, yes, there was. Brother, look at this. You look at my last stream, I had over 6,000 views and over, I don't know how many thousand chats, hundreds of likes. Bro, I get people that come into these chats all the time. I've got 1.6 thousand videos up on YouTube through the course of 10 years, and I just started streaming like last year. And once I started streaming, my channel started taking off. I wish I would have started streaming years ago, but it is what it is. Project Z10, thanks, brother. Boom. Z10, welcome to the moderation group. You've been tested. San Diego's awesome. What's up, Edgar? It's pronounced Isla. Oh, thanks for correcting me, Isla. Thoughts on Nick Fuentes? Fuentes? Annabella. Nick Fuentes? No thoughts. No thoughts on Fuentes. I hope Fuentes is doing well. That's all I can say. I hope Fuentes is doing well. Next chat. Next chat. No thoughts on Nick. What is this? Thoughts on Nick? Oh, we got some chats coming here. Human Centipede, I meant the VFX, is crazy, but people is just weird. What? Human Centipede? There we go. Easy day. I appreciate you for all the sexual content. I love reporting news. Keep in mind, every time you get reported to that, you know that Google can actually, well, you'll figure it out. You'll get the emails, you'll get the letters. I've never had a McRib, to be honest. Never saw the movie. Never saw the movie. There we go. There we go. Guys, I tell you all the time, you can say whatever you want in the chat, but if you're sexually explicit, that's a specific category of YouTube. I have younger viewers that come in here a lot of times, and if you're going to be sexually explicit, you're going to get reported. You can have separate profiles, but you better be using a separate VPN and IP address, because if your IP address is the same and your VPN is the same, and you keep making an accounts, you're going to eventually not be able to make any more accounts. So, it's up to you. You keep doing it. Up to you. Let's go here. Yeah, I'm not going to go out and just watch a nasty movie. Nah. I think I know what that's about. I think a long time ago, I used to watch a lot of TV when I was younger. I think I saw a South Park episode of that. But yeah, so for me, it's kind of like this, man. If you want to expose your brain to brain rot, you're always going to limit yourself for, what your capacity is. And instead of watching movies, I recommend reading books or listening to books or getting smarter or studying people who have lived before you and written in books. And books are magical, man. And if you can't read like me, I can read, like I'm not illiterate, but I'm somewhat dyslexic. Really good at math, but reading's kind of tough. So for me, I do audibles. You'll always see me with one AirPod in or something. I'm always listening and I'm always learning. That's how I learn stuff. Another thing I like to do to learn, Anna. Thanks, Anna. Yep, IP can ban. Yep, and every Project Z10, and every time I report them and send a screenshot, they're one step closer to an IP ban. You can look it up. IP bans are real. I'm not hiding the chats. I'm doing IP bans. I'm starting that process for each one of them. That's why Google sends more people into my chat, because I send them a report and they're like, wow, you're actually doing well, and they reward me for that. Now, they don't always like some of my content, because sometimes I put music on and sometimes I talk about a couple of controversial subjects, but me and Google have a love-hate relationship for streams. Angel, Annabella, Anna, thank you so much for your time, Anna. I really enjoyed it. Right? So, now, sitting down too long. Whew. Let's see, what can we do now? I am going to take this, and now I'm going to do one of my favorite things to do, which is, I'm going to play a little bit of piano. You guys okay if I play a little bit of piano right quick? You guys going to be mad at me? I'm getting the urge to play a little bit of music. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh. Let's take this, put it over here. I think this can go over here. Take this, cut this on. Dirt, dirt, dirt. There we go. Maybe we can put that right. Uh-oh. Give me 1 second. Now I feel like playing a little bit of piano. I don't know if y'all can see. Let's see. Well, bam. Turn the light. Turn the light. Turn the light. Turn the light, man. Turn the light. Turn the light on, baby. Turn the light on, baby. Turn the light on, turn the light on, turn the light on, Johnny D. Turn the light on, Johnny D. Doody-doop, Johnny D. Anyways. Is that better? Maybe it's better if I do it this angle. Maybe something like that. Let's see. Anyways, now I can see the chat. Is the podcast coming soon? Have you heard of Have I heard of Z? Piano sending 3 people here for a reward. They must love you. I am applying. Isilvan, I've never seen a hater doing better than I am. So, that is okay. Piano is the podcast. So, that's a great question. So, basically, the idea of the podcast, it's getting close. It's getting very close. So, my podcast idea is coming along. Yes, it is. But I'm waiting for my audio engineer to set up the audio properly. Out. I see what happened. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. There was, Oopsies. Nah, I see what happened. I bet that makes more sense now. I was like, what is going on here? No, it makes perfect sense what happened. That makes sense now. I see what happened. Basically, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Let's come back over here. Well, bam. There we go. There we go. Well, bam. There we go. There we go. Very good. And we're back. And we're back. And we're back. I had to reset up real quick while I play piano. There we go. That makes sense. Sorry about that, guys. Can someone with a low IQ become an engineer? Why not? If you're good at what you do, if you have a low IQ, then what you would probably want to do, sorry about that, guys. If you had a low IQ and you wanted to become an engineer, it would probably be pretty simple. What you would want to do is get really good at something specifically. And, you know, you don't have to be super smart to have a specific skill. So you just try to develop one specific skill. Okay, I found it. High IQ musician. I want to be a mechatronics engineer. Then do it. Figure out what you need to do. Go to ChatGPT or go to Grok. Go to GROK and say, hey, how do I do this? And it'll do it. High IQ musician? I don't know. I don't like TV. I always love reading books, especially on... Oh, that would be really cool. Yeah, C2. You seem very interesting. I'm talking and listening to while washing dishes and making breakfast for my fiance. He'll be home soon from work. Plus, he's always works all nights and until morning. Well, there you go. Well, I can tell you this, C2. That sounds awesome. C2, I hope that he appreciates what you do because that's awesome. It's good to have a partner to do stuff like that. I remember back when I was married and I lived in Japan, my ex-wife used to sometimes make food for me and I used to cook for her, and it was a beautiful thing. It was beautiful while it lasted, but sometimes people grow apart, guys. Sometimes people grow apart and it just doesn't work, you know? But that's life. That's life, guys. Can't really do much about that now, can we? See, that's what I love about music. You can just compose. Oh, welcome to it. I'm sure it makes you want to have a meal ready for Edgar. Yes, yes, yes. C2 is super duper beautiful. Very cool. Yep. I think C2 comes into the chat also has a very kind soul. C2 comes into the chat and always has something pretty to say. So for that, we respect you. You see, too, you better watch out. If you keep acting very nice and helping the channel, I'm going to have to make you a moderator one of these days. I do make moderators from time to time. It is somewhat of a random process. I basically pay attention to everything you guys say, and if I like your style, I make you a moderator. If I don't, then I'm like, no thank you. Maybe I can do this. Can we do this? Like, comments. Oh, it needs to be over there. I got a video up over there, so, oh, that's not good. Maybe we can do it like that. Maybe like this. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Ow! I smashed my finger. That didn't feel good. That didn't feel good. Not my brightest idea. Here we go. Here's something that's useful. I have this. Let's see. That's a good thing to use. I wonder if I could just take this and be like this, like, wham! Would that work? Hello! I have tools, I just don't know where they are. I have tools, I just need to learn how to use my darn of tools. You ain't got to be smart. If you keep trying, you eventually figure it out. You have to just not quit. You don't have to be super intelligent, just not quit. That's a good idea, but anyways, that was the idea. I wonder if I could just stick it over here like this. Oh, that's a good idea. Uh-oh, that's a good idea. Just stick it like this. And maybe I could scoot it up like this. Oh, I got it. I got this, guys. We're gonna pop it up to here, but then pop it up like that to here. This is a great piece of engineering. Whoever made this did a great job. Always appreciate a good engineer. Some people used to think I should become an engineer because I make a bunch of stuff, but I'd rather be a musician than an engineer. Music's better for the soul. Let's see, how does that look? Does that look better? Thumbs up in the chat. Ow, what on earth is going on there? Anyways. And we're back. Yeah. Hell yeah. What the hell? Now y'all are both moderators. Y'all been kind of nice to me and kind. Why not? Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. That's why I do it. If you're one of those crazy fake people, then you've got me fooled. You seem like to be a good person. So I try to make the moderators people who will contribute to the channel. I just want people that when I'm in here, why is the super chat? Why need TK? Because I'm not monetized. I need a because YouTube has determined my content is not good enough to get monetized yet. So I started streaming last year after doing videos off and on for almost 11 years. So the super chats are not available to me until I get at least 3,000 watch hours. So if you want me to have super chats and you want me to get monetized, I will come in here and talk to you guys all day that I'm not doing, what I do to make an income, because I still have to make a living, obviously. But I've got some investments and stuff. I've got everything set. I'll spend as much time as you want in here, guys. All I need is for you guys to go tell your friends that, hey, there's a guy here who's not a hater. He does his best to encourage all you guys. And if you continue to do that, I promise you that I will continue to make these videos. But I've been doing videos for over 10 years, 1.6 thousand videos. And I guess I never understood. I didn't really ever look up anything as a strategy. I just posted what I wanted. And my whole channel is a document of my process. If you look back 10 years ago, you're going to see pictures of me when I was 280 pounds, 300 pounds. I've lost 100 pounds. I used to trade stocks. My first video was trading stocks. I was talking about investing, military service. It's a whole document. YouTube is a documentation of my life and what I have done and my contribution to others through the channel. That is kind of what I have done. And I like music. I wish I would take more time to do more music because music makes me happy. What I mean by music is I just like to compose random stuff. I'm not concerned with playing this song or that song, although I do have a couple songs like this one. Oh, I thought you, once you have 1,000 Cubs. No. Yeah, so why need 2K? No, I have to have at least 1,100 hours. No, no, I would be monetized if it was the old rules and the old requirements, but that's not what it is. I actually have to have 3,000 hours of streamed watch content or 3 million views within 365 days, and I'm closing in on 1,900 hours and I'm picking up Steam. So 1,900 hours picking up Steam, and I'm doing my best to stream as much as I can to become monetized because that's what I want to do. So a lot of times you guys are like, why do you look tired or why you're this? Because a lot of times I've worked a 12-hour day and I still do a 3-hour stream. And I sleep 6 to 7 hours a day, but I'm literally putting close to, I don't know, so much time into it. And what questions in my mind is it worth it? So what I don't think it's worth it. I almost quit YouTube. But when I got introduced to people who come into the channel and they're like, wow, your music made me happy, or you gave me a piece of advice that helped me pass the ASVAB, that's what keeps me going. It's simple as that. The river song. Oh, the river flows in you. Yeah, the river flows in you by Ymiri. You'll know it from this one. It's an F sharp minor. To a D major. To an A major. To an E major. So it's like, that's the F sharp, D, A, E. And you can make your own stuff, and then you can just add on top of it. Yeah. So the river song's cool because it's just so pretty, man. How can you not listen to that and be in a good mood, man? So I'll take that chord progression and I'll just make up something. So, okay, I like this. So I'll say, let's make something like... Oh, what'd you say? I agree. Thank you. I hear it on YouTube. Hello to the inspiration. Oh, thank you. Just trying to be inspired, and you guys inspire me on YouTube to continue to keep streaming. Some people think that I'm a decent piano player. I don't see myself that way, because I just play what I feel in my heart, and I try to share that with you. Piano is very intimate with me. Your energy is contagious. I'm glad you like my energy, man. I try to share it, man. To tell you the truth, you know, the only thing that, I go through different phases, and all the way, guys, are almost at 40 thumbs up. So if you continue to watch my streams, I will continue. But, you know, if you want to play music, look, I'm telling you, man, play music for yourself. If it wasn't for music, I think I might have even killed myself, like when I got back from Afghanistan, because music's the only thing that is a form of expression. I don't like to draw. I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a carpenter. I was raised by a woman who took me away from my dad, so I didn't really learn a lot of those skills. In the Navy, I was always a good athlete, so they just threw me in sports until I got injured, and then I ended up not having a lot of skill sets, so I just decided to play piano, you know. So you can take an F major, a 1-5-1. I don't even know what note I'm about to play. What's atonal music? Thomas, explain to me what atonal music is. I don't think I know what that is. So you can take the F scale and just go. Oh, wrong note. You can hear it. Or something like this. That's beautiful. Lazy Bum, thank you. I just wrote it. I like atonal music. Thank you for sharing. That's beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love it when people like my music. It makes me happy. It makes me happy when people like my original music. Here's another one. You can do the D. You can do this one. know this one. Hey, Dom Tune, what's up? Hello, what's up, Dom Tom? How are you? That's beautiful. Thank you, Lazy Bones. We're gonna get 40 thumbs ups. Hey, love the music? Dom Tune! Dom Tune? Dune Tune? Yo, what's up? Salt Liquor. Welcome back, Salt Liquor. Welcome back. Oh, guys. I did a stream this morning. We had 6,000 views. It was my best stream ever. I had no idea what happened. There was some point where I had like 60 people in the chat. It was amazing. And we're getting close to become monetized. Dude, once I get, I think I'm going to get monetized on this channel if I just keep going. I'm so close to getting monetized. I think I can do it within the next 3 months if I really lock down. Maybe faster if I had a good help from the chat. Good evening, Chris. I just finished eating some Chipotle that my brother got me for my birthday, and I came across you. I thank you for your playing the piano. You know I love the music. Isabel, it's your birthday? Oh man, I gotta play something for you. All right. You see, I wish I could play Happy Birthday. Oh no. Best of luck. Let's the time yet you will stream. I have subbed and bell notification are on, but still, absolutely. So look at my chats. What I've been trying to do is say, hey guys, I'm thinking about streaming in 20 minutes or an hour. Do you guys want me to? I'll put a post up, and if a post comes up, say, yeah, I want to come see that. Atonal music is music that doesn't follow a tonal structure or key. It is quite uncommon in modern music because most people find it really weird. Oh. Well, then yeah. Then I guess oh yeah, so it could be a lot better. So no, I'm gonna play you some pretty I'm gonna play you something pretty, Isabel. In a second I'm gonna play you I've got a screen here and a screen there. No, I guess I didn't really know what a tonal music was because I've been told I'm on the spectrum. So the older I get, I'm pretty sure I've been on the spectrum my whole life, but I just kind of came to realization of it after some events happened. But then again, my mother had me when she was 15, so I think I had trauma that maybe affected the pre-cortex. I think I'm an intelligent person who didn't get the proper stimulation growing up, perhaps. Hell, who knows? I don't know. I'm not Sigmund Freud. I'm not going to self-analyze myself. But I think that atonal music might be something that I play then, because I don't really stick to a key or anything. I just play what I feel. I don't know. Let's see. brother who got you Chipotle. I'm glad he got you Chipotle. Where are the super chats at? Well, I don't have super chats available because I'm not yet monetized. I would love to get monetized and have super chats. You guys would rock if you could do that for me. Is dude high? No. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs. I used to smoke a lot of weed. I used to smoke a lot because I used to try to numb my brain to get it to stop thinking, to not face the world. And I came to the conclusion that I wanted to do, if I wanted to become truly enlightened and become the best version of myself, I needed to get sober. So I don't look at pornography, I don't masturbate. I took an oath of celibacy recently, so before the year started. Nope. That's beautiful, Chris. I thank you so much. That was beautiful. You're very welcome. I don't know the Gladiator song. A lot of what I play is just inspirational music, simple music, man. I did learn Ode to Joy the other day because I liked it. Let's see if I remember it. I should take piano lessons? No. I want to figure out piano on my own without influence from teachers because I purposely am teaching piano myself to go through the frustrations to force myself to learn it that way. I don't want to be taught by a teacher. I went to one school and all the guy did was teach me a 1-5-6-4 and he couldn't improv. I was like, well, can you just do this? My own unique sound. So can I have play baby, play Chris, play? It's one of what is that? Can I have play baby? Bars? Yeah, I actually I like to tell stories when I sing. So let's see. So today was Isabel's birthday. birthday. Isabel's birthday was today. I don't really know what to say. One of the things I'd like to say is thank you today. It's a special day for Isabel. She's had some journeys in life, some would say hell. She's got a brother that bought her Chipotle, and that was for today, her birthday. Don't ever forget to believe in yourself. That's what the world and life is about. Just sit down and enjoy it because, hey, how do you know you're not going to not wake up tomorrow? Isabel, I appreciate you for coming into my streams. Sometimes haters come in and they can be so mean. I like that you're always positive and you're encouraging with your words. It really makes me think that there's still some good people left. I don't understand why people are so hateful in today's world. Do you not realize we all have more in common than we do the differences in our lives? When we focus on the common, we forget what we don't share. Don't you ever forget. Stay conscious and be aware. Thanks, Isabel. I appreciate you on the day. I don't know what notes I'm about to play. I could care less. That's what I say. What I care is the sound. The sound. It's something that I found. So I'll do something like that, just off the top of my head. How does one increase their IQ? Do you really want me to tell you how I did it? I mean, I don't know if I increased my IQ or not, but I can tell you what I did. Would you like to know what I did to... I tried to increase my IQ, and yeah, I have some things that I did. Would you like for me to share them with you? Meant to say, play, play, play. If you're doing a wonderful job, go ahead and do your thing, sir. Yeah. So if your brother truly brought you, since your brother brought you Chipotle, that's a little progression. It's an E minor, D major, C major, to the fifth. And I guess technically you could go. Thank you, Chris. Somebody says, what's yours? Did you retrace the message? Did you say something dirty or nasty? Please don't do that in my stream. Please don't do that. Pianistoris? Can you do Runway from Conway? I don't know that song. I can't even think of what that song sounds like in my head. Most of what I play is just original music, man. I just sit on here and try to express myself. Some people like it, some people don't. Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. But I enjoy just creating little original pieces, patterns, and just kind of get in a flow state. Like the other day I was playing with this. I can't think of Interstellar off the top of my head. Again, a lot of times I just play my own little original music. So I could look it up and memorize the pattern, but I just have no desire to, guys. I'm not here to take song requests. I'm here to talk to people, mentor, and I just play piano at the same time because I enjoy expressing myself with music. This piece is so beautiful. Thank you, Why Need TK. Yeah, I mean, I just wrote it off the top of my head. Now, one of the things, I've had 20 people in the last week ask me if I would put some of my music on Spotify. I'm generally curious. I want some feedback from you, Peace. Yeah, so I don't know why need TK. If you want to learn how to play that, you just take an F major. Do you know what an F? Do you know anything about music? Because the idea to play that is very simple, but the reason that you liked it was probably because it was authentic. It's not just I'm hitting the keys, I'm closing my eyes and I'm thinking of a story, and I'm trying to talk to you with the piano as if it was a voice, and I just want you to feel what I'm feeling in that moment. So my life has been a huge contradiction of happiness and pleasure and extremes and trauma, a lot of violence, a lot of drugs. Like when I was younger, I did a lot of recreational drugs. I'm sober now. Don't drink, don't smoke, don't look at porn, don't eat sugar. So I came to that conclusion in music, but that's another story. But all I attempt to do is when I play music, try to get you to feel what I feel when I want to give up in life or when something makes me sad. That's what I attempt to express in my music. was getting too excited and I lost the flow state. Well, my brother is an audio engineer who's actually a professional musician. He has told me that he is going to help me get on Spotify, because I know that may be simple for some of you, but some of that is very complicated to me, because, I don't know, some things are just complicated to me. So, that is in the works, and if I put music on Spotify, then maybe you guys would listen to it, and I would do a couple original melodies, and I play the guitar. Oh, sweet. I have a guitar over there, dude. I wanted to learn to play guitar. I got one. I spent like $200 on a Yamaha starter. I've got all these chords, and maybe I will play guitar in the future. Maybe some, but boy, I just love the piano, man. My great-grandmother was a concert. My great-grandmother was a concert pianist, and I never met her. No, it wasn't. It wasn't my great-grandmother. It was my grandmother on Ron Box's side. So, by the way, I've been hitting the head a lot, so I've had some concussions. So I know my memory isn't as well as it used to be. So forgive me if I stutter. I've also had another 16-hour day. So I've had another 16-hour day, and it's almost midnight. I did a 4-hour stream this morning, had 6,000 views, had 70 people in at one point. I did my work, traded stocks, went to the gym, cooked, helped, did another stream, and now I'm composing piano, and I got to be up to do it again in the morning. So, okay, Edgar. Yes, Edgar, you've got my attention now, because Edgar, you have been very patient with me, so I'll answer your question now. I don't know. I like the sound of strings, man. I like cellos and violins, but my thought was, if I learn some music theory on piano, I want to see if I can instantly apply it to guitar, just for fun. But the guitar to me is so complicated. It's the fretboard. I get it's EAD, GVE, whole half, whole half, whole half. I've got a guitar over there all lined up. Just every time I look at it, I just say, I just want to go play the piano. So, whatever. Please do that. Can you change a lot of people's... Please do that. Can you? Change a lot of people's emotions and feelings. You have done that for me. Please continue to share your music. It's beautiful. Oh, Isabel, well, I appreciate that. Well, do me a favor. Invite people into the stream. Say, hey, I met this guy who's fun to talk to, and he's maybe a mentor, and he likes music, and help me do that. I'm kind of relying on everybody that comes into the stream to help me grow, because it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of energy, and essentially, I don't know if I'm going to have the energy to continue doing this. But I'm going to do my best. Now, that being said, Edgar. Am I on Instagram? Yes. My Instagram is the same, Mind Music Muscle. Facebook, Mind Music Muscle. Yeah, you'll find me. So, yeah, if you go back to my Instagram and you go back through my feed, you'll see when I was larger, when I used to bodybuild. I was really big into bodybuilding for a while. And then I came to the conclusion that I didn't like bodybuilding as much as I did like controlling weight. I like controlling weight and I like to contract muscle, but I'm not trying to get super big and powerlifty. I want to stay lean, healthy, and aesthetic. My goal is like, if I were to perform, like maybe one day I get to where I perform, right? My goal is to maybe perform piano and just get like absolutely shredded. Yeah, I do a lot of isometrics. I do a lot of calisthenics. I experiment with food, right? I want to get to where, I'm almost 40 years old. I'm not like in crazy shape right now. But as you can see, I've lost 100 pounds.
I don't think I look bad for someone almost 40 years old who's lost almost 100 pounds, right? I look okay. So I just want to like stay looking somewhat good and basically eat whole foods and just try to become better each day. I've lost 100 pounds doing this, guys. So, but I don't really like bodybuilding as much as I used to. I used to, when I was younger, I just wanted to be as big as possible, and I got up to 300 pounds. And now I think that was silly. I wish I would have put that time into music, but thus I am here. I got you. I will do that. Edgar. Okay, have you heard of the ISO chain? Yeah. I spend my time doing Qigong. Oh, Edgar, you do Qigong? Edgar, you know Qigong. Edgar, I've been ignoring your question. How do you increase your IQ? You get sunlight. You breathe. You stretch. You try not to sit too much. Hence why I have standing desks. You may not be able to see it, but my desk, I stand when I work. Eliminate processed sugar. But there's one thing you can do that will conserve your brain power that I have discovered. I will share it with you. There's one thing that I know works. When I think of Qigong, I think of breathing and controlling the energy around the toric sphere that's around you. Your brain, from the top of your head down to your anus, from your butthole to your brain, you literally have an electrical current that's flowing through your spinal cord. And what you can do is you can breathe, big breaths in with your diaphragm, in the sunlight, in nature, wherever you can, and just channel your energy. Meditate, and that will do a lot for you. But that's not the thing that'll increase your IQ. I'll tell you what it'll do. Can you guess what I'm going to say? Can you guess what I'm going to say in the chat? Can you guess what I'm going to say? Yes, your chi, your ki, very true. But what do Isaac Newton and Nikola Tesla both have in common? If you're in the chat, welcome in. I talk about a variety of subjects. Mind, anything under the sun, especially any type of philosophy, any type of anecdotal talks, spiritual talks, religion, all that. Music, I like to talk about music theory. And muscle, I used to be a 300-pound lifter. I lost weight, got injured, but now I feel better doing more calisthenics. I do hundreds of push-ups each week, hundreds of pull-ups each week. Love doing pull-ups, love sprinting. They were virgins. Edgar, did you figure that out on your own, or did you do a Google search? This is what I believe. I cannot prove it, but I'd like to tell you what I believe. I believe that celibacy does something to the brain. I cannot explain. Do this for 90 days. This is what I call mind, muscle, and music's map to enlightenment, which is the journey that I'm on. I set off on a journey to become an enlightened human being. Okay? First off, no processed sugar. No processed sugar, friends. If you want to eat fruit, you want to eat honey, that's fine. But no processed sugar. Reduce your chemical, start looking at food labels and really reducing your chemical intake. That's very important. No soda. The only thing you're going to drink is water. You're very welcome, Isabel. You're very welcome. I'm going to end the stream here after I answer this question. Isabel, thank you. Tell your brother and your birthday. It's a great day to say hey. Have a good night, Isabel. You're very welcome, Why Need Case. Keep coming in and helping me keep it nice. And I'm all the moderators in here. I'm keeping you guys blue for a reason. Eventually, I want to do an interview and a collab with each one of you, which means we're going to get together. I'm going to push a button. You're going to be up on the screen, and we're going to talk face to face live during a live stream. How many of y'all would like to do that? If you want to do that, then just go to my Instagram, like my Instagram, and send me a message, okay? Then I'm going to message you on Instagram, just so you guys know. I'm going to message you on Instagram and say, hey, what time, Eastern Standard Time, could you be available for 32 minutes to an hour, okay? Then I'm going to go live on YouTube, push the collab button, and then you're going to pop up, see that message, and then boom, we'll talk to each other face to face, and as long as you are someone that's in blue that I trust, we'll do it. How would you like that? Okay. Well, look at Mind, Music, and Muscle, okay, on Instagram or Facebook and message me and say, hey, I'm interested in doing a YouTube collab. And then tell me what you want to talk about, and I'll make it happen. Okay, I'm getting a list of people together. Now, night, Isabel, Edgar. Now, there are going to be a couple ground rules, but we'll go over that at Instagram. Just look up IG, Mind, Music, and Muscle, and you'll see the same logo. It's the same logo. I want to experiment with that for all the people who have had fun. That'll be a chance for you to talk about yourself, and I'm literally just going to interview you. And trust me, let me lead the conversation, guys, and you will not have to do anything but just be yourself. And if you're shy, this is a great way to face something. Edgar, that's fine. You can talk about whatever you want. I'm just doing an experiment because how cool would it be to have streamers come in here, and all you streamers, or I'm a streamer here, you come in. How cool would it be for me just to set up a collab and talk to you? Wouldn't that be kind of fun? Cool. Thank you, brother. And why need TK? If that's something you're interested in, you know, I might need to spend a couple more times in the stream, but maybe we'll do a FaceTime or something and talk about it and do some prep. But yeah, that's what I want to plan on doing. Now, Edgar, the thing that's going to increase your IQ is what I learned when I read about Nikola Tesla and Mozart. Some of the smartest people who have ever lived, what they do, even Elon Musk talks about this, right? And I think we can agree, Elon Musk is kind of crazy, but kind of really intelligent, kind of like a freakazoid maniac for what it's worth. But anyways, do not have sex unless you want to have a child. Thus, keep your energy inside your body. And what I mean by that is take that sexual energy, that desire, and channel that energy into whatever that you want to do. It could be the weight room, it could be music, it could be stocks, it could be whatever. Channel the sexual energy, and instead of releasing that, especially for men. Now, I can't speak for women because maybe women are different, but you holding on to that energy is going to get you a stronger brain. A lot of science suggests that when you retain your semen, the semen gets redispersed. The zinc, the magnesium, all those vitamins gets redispersed into the bloodstream. Interestingly enough, if a female eats semen, and I'm not trying to be gross, there's a positive effect on her body. It's a magnificent source of vitamins and nutrients. I know that sounds silly, but it's somewhat kind of true. Look at the science. I'm not trying to be disgusting. I hope we're all adults here. So if you don't believe me, look up the research. Look up Nikola Tesla, Isaac Newton. There's even a book called The Semen Archives that I have a copy of. I'm thoroughly convinced that most people who drain their energy and their sexual energy, they don't look very good. They get down in the face. They just look tired. You want more energy? Recycle that sexual energy. Even boxers don't fat before they fight. Like, there's commonalities. So that's the secret, man. I also think no drinking, no smoking, all that's important, but retaining your semen as a man is literally the difference between life and death in the long term. That's what I believe. Or, what is this? See, I don't like that. I'd rather take it off and just be like... Okay, I love that. Yes. Okay. Oh, you were disconnected. Cool. Oh, it's almost midnight. It's almost midnight, man. Holy moly. Well, guys, I feel like at midnight, it's about that time where I need to do a little bit of reading before I go to bed. Guys, we had 42. Now that Z10's back. Followed on Insta. Like I said before I go, any of you follow me on Instagram, Mind Music and Muscle. Send me a message if you're interested in doing a collab through YouTube. Simply put, we'll be online at the same time. You'll get a YouTube notification for a collab, and we'll go live, and basically I'd like to interview you, and my whole point in doing that live on stream is to challenge you to step outside your comfort zone and just have a conversation with me. I promise you it won't be painful. It'll be fun, it'll be interesting, and I think it'll be good. You can talk about anything that is important to you. Just make sure you stay respectful. Just look, you can be crazy and all sorts of stuff, but be respectful. That's all I ask. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Can you do it? I've never done this one though.
Okay, guys. Well, until next time. Alrighty. Let me get this over here. Alright, so that phone is here. Guys. Uh-oh. Sounds pretty cool. I appreciate the time with you guys today. Yeah. You made it back. Thanks for the hearts. God bless you all. And yeah, which is kind of funny. I was always like, but you don't go to church. How can you say God bless you? I'm like, I think God seems to be a pretty cool creator. Without God, I don't think I could play music. I just don't really conform to any religion. You know what I'm saying? Religion's kind of silly to me. I don't really get it. But then again, I don't really get a lot of things. But what I do get is I get a steak after my workout. That's for sure. What on earth? There we go. Okie dokie. So this is you guys on the camera. This is that. And this is kind of the setup right here, right through here. If you guys are ever wondering what I'm looking at when I'm streaming, this is what I'm looking at when I'm streaming, all of this stuff. So we're going to get ready to go to bed. We'll do a little bit of reading. So we put that one there. We put this one there. Don't forget, nobody cares. Work harder. That's my favorite saying. I made that sign. By the way, that sign is now for sale. Somebody said on a stream they would pay me $5,000 for my sign. If I can make a sign and it's worth $5,000 for you, I will sell you my sign for $5,000. That was about an hour's worth of work because I did it very slowly. Anyways, here's something to think about. Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu was a very good philosopher. God bless you too. If you like a flower, you pick it. But if you love a flower, you water it. Knowing others is wisdom. Knowing yourself is enlightenment. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. To the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. Those who know do not speak, and those who speak do not know. Sometimes I struggle with that one. That's one that features me. Appear weak when you are strong, and strong when you are weak. I have used that one my entire life. I always pretend to be weak when I'm strong, and I always pretend to be strong when I'm weak. But it is amazing how many people can't tell the difference. So you guys, if you are in a situation, let people think you're weak, because that is an advantage for you. When people think that you're weak, you are at such an advantage. Some of the best athletic events of my life when I played sports, people would underestimate me. And when it came time to do it, Coach Chris, is Special K breakfast good? No. If all you can eat is cereal or that's all you can afford, I understand that. I used to be homeless. I get it. But no, substitute Special K for eggs, steak, bacon, fruit. If you're going to do whole grains, at least do something oatmeal. But I stick to fruit and meat and honey. That's my opinion. I don't think Special K, look at the back of a Special K box and look at the ingredients. Some of the ingredients in there are chemicals not allowed in other countries. So I'm not a big fan of that. Yeah. So try to go for whole eggs. Whole eggs, butter, salt, really good. If you don't want to eat meat, then I think you're a little bit crazy because meat's kind of good for us. But that's okay. I was vegan for a year. I get it. If that makes you feel bad, I get it. But fresh fruit, frozen fruit, a smoothie, avocado egg toast is good. If you're going to eat grains, get you a piece of toast and put egg and avocado maybe. But whole eggs and maybe some fruit and honey. I'm glad, C2. Thank you. Guys, stay good. And yeah, off to another journey.
I'll see you guys next time.